Hi, I'm Jake.
And I'm Aiden.
And this is Auto Circle.
This is a 2021 Nissan GTR R35 Premium, and today we're going to be showing you why we think this is the most underrated GTR ever made. Are you located in British Columbia and have a cool car? We would love to feature it. Shoot us an email at autocircleca@gmail.com.
The R35, which came out in 2009, got a huge update that not a lot of people know about for 2016.
So this car originally had 440 horsepower. But now it has 540 horsepower, a huge difference, and it does 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, and now it has a top speed of over 200 miles per hour, which the older R35s didn't.
So starting off with the engine, this car features a twin-turbo V6 that was hand-built, and even has a plaque talking about who built the car. On the plaque, it says Takumi, which in Japanese means master.
In front of that monstrous engine is a completely redesigned front end. To the left of that, there are also completely redesigned wheels and painted brakes. Personally love the color, they're painted in like a nice bronze copper kind of color. Also on the hood, there are two functional hood scoops painted in black. Onto the trunk has 8.8 cubic feet of space, which is pretty huge for a car in this caliber. It's also the perfect size for one Jake. To get into the GTR, the door handle is kind of like most high-end cars where you have to push in on one end and pull out the other. To the right of the door handle, there's a black button that when you press it, it will unlock and lock the car. This will only work if you have the key in your hand. Now say the car is locked and your battery's dead, so you can't use the button or the key to unlock the car. You're gonna have to open the driver's side door handle like you're gonna open it, and then under you'll see a screw that you have to somehow open, which will take apart the whole door piece and leave you a keyhole where you can manually open it. Now the quirks with this key don't end here, because if you're on the passenger side and you take off the floor mat, there's a pull tab, and when you pull out this pull tab, it will unveil a compartment for a car jack. Although the car jack's not in there, and this is because Nissan offers run flat tires on the car, and they don't offer a car jack from the factory. Why would they make a cutout for a jack that's not there when you don't even need a jack? Now even weirder, you can see a keyhole in that secret compartment as well. Now that, for whatever reason, will unlock the trunk. So if you're wondering why there's a keyhole that will manually unlock the trunk from there, I don't know.
Let's start by turning the car on. Engage the brake with your foot and press the start-stop button, which is located to the left of the gear lever.
Now above the start-stop button, there are 3 switches, and these switches activate unique different race modes for the car. One of them will activate the race suspension, the other one will activate the race transmission, and the last one will disable traction control and enable launch control.
So the infotainment on this car is pretty much standard in most Nissans, except this one comes with an interesting dial, which you can use to navigate the entire sat-nav without even touching the screen. Located just above the dial, you also have buttons, which can activate the voice control, the menu, and the back button. The leather-wrapped steering wheel features basic buttons which can control the volume and voice control, and other features that are helpful when you're driving along.
Speaking of driving, if the car is too quiet for you, there's an exhaust valve opening switch. All you have to do is find it. It's located deeply under the steering wheel on the right, kind of where an engine latch or a fuel door release system would be.
The gauge cluster in this car features many different helpful gauges and is finished in carbon fiber. One of our favorite gauges on the car is the top right, which shows which gear you are in a big blue circle.
Moving on to the back seats, don't expect to fit any reasonably sized adult back there. You could possibly fit someone if you really push up the passenger seat, but the driver's seat is very scarce when it comes to legroom, and even more scarce is the slope of the glass on the back. It is easy to hit your head on it if you're above like 5'10". Although if you just have one passenger, the room up front is amazing. It's probably the best I've ever experienced in any car. The climate controls for this car are simple, but the main 2 ones are the dials, and they will adjust the temperature for the left and the right side of the car. And your heated seats are not located there, they're actually located on the seats themselves. Moving on to the door side of the car, there's not a lot of thrills over here. They kept it bare bones. Although on the driver's side, there is a switch that will fold both of the mirrors in at once. That's pretty cool. And to get out of the car, you pull up instead of out, which is exactly how it is on a Tesla. It seems like that's how they got their inspiration for the doors. But overall, it's a driver's focused car. You can instantly tell that it's not a normal Nissan when you're sitting in it. And it certainly is not a normal Nissan when you're driving it. Speaking of which, let's hit the road. First of all, I just want to state how good this car performs based on other cars that have similar or even better specs. I mean, this car is quicker than any Pagani ever made, and it's quicker than probably any supercar of its time. You can't understand how fast it is until you experience it firsthand. A simple push of a pedal and you're instantly thrusted to warp speed, G-force included. I mean, this car is quicker than a Ferrari Enzo. The handling is its own experience, yet equal to its power and speed. Each turn grips the pavement, giving you, the driver, the confidence of complete control. You are sitting in one of the fastest cars on the road, and that fact is obvious from the moment you first test drive it. If you're seeking a car that can effortlessly outperform nearly any other vehicle on the road while maintaining a discreet and understated presence, then this car is the perfect choice for you.
So, that was the review. Aiden, do you really think this car is worth double the price of an older gen R35?
I certainly do. This is the step that Nissan needed to take to turn the GTR from a normal sports car into a supercar. This car is a beast.
For more information on the car we reviewed today, make sure to check out our website, autocircle.ca.